Good morning, WGU graduates, faculty and staff, and honored guests. It's a privilege to share my story with you today. I was born to be a teacher, and we knew that early on. When my little sister was big enough to sit in a chair, I worked hard to teach her to write her name. She was more interested in eating her crayon, but I didn't let that discourage me. Every annual milestone page in my childhood scrapbook contains my mom's script declaring, "Emmy wants to be a teacher when she grows up." By the time I reached high school, I had a glittering plan for my life neatly detailed in my Lisa Frank diary. I was going to be a teacher or a vet, marry the man of my dreams, have 3 beautiful children, and live happily ever after. But when I made those plans, I forgot to include the part where real life happens. At first, everything went according to plan. I graduated from college with a bachelor's degree in child development and married my 3rd grade crush, Matt, who is still the man of my dreams. Yep, there he is. It wasn't until our first daughter and son were 9 and 5 that real life came crashing down. In 2011, Matt and I made the monumentalist decision to adopt a sibling group of 3 adorable little girls. Little did I know that shattering would begin the process of reshaping and refining my dreams beyond my wildest imagining. The next several years were defined by the relentless agony of parenting from the trenches and the fallout of the unspeakable trauma our girls suffered before they were ours. As we struggled in the depths, we were shocked by an unplanned pregnancy, our 5th daughter. Then our son developed unmanageable epilepsy. My teaching career receded into the mist of my memory as I became hyper-focused on just keeping myself and my children alive. Eventually, one of our daughters had to go and live with a family member because we could no longer keep her and our other children safe. Our family was crushed beyond recognition. If you had sat me down 6 years ago and told me that we would go on to adopt 2 more big kids from Latvia and have a happy house full of thriving teens and 1 sassy mini-teen, I would have laughed in your face. But you would have been right. Mine is a story of redemption, the proof that even brokenness and despair can give birth to breathtaking beauty. I never dreamed that my drug-exposed daughters would become powerful advocates for foster care and adoption. I couldn't have guessed that the incredible challenge of parenting traumatized children would transform me into a fierce fighter for all kids and an expert in trauma-informed care. And our son's epilepsy led us to his alternative school, the school at which my teaching dream was reignited and I learned about WGU. With overwhelming gratitude, I recognize that those drowning years were forging an ironclad foundation for my future teaching career. The marks of my prior shattering remain, but they are evidence of a plan far grander than my own. My fellow night owls, I challenge you to look back on the road that has shaped you into the graduate that you are today. How has your story prepared you for the future that lies just ahead? You have received valuable skills and training during your time at WGU. Allow that knowledge to sink into the framework of life experience that is uniquely yours. Then take that dynamite combination and impact your world. Before I close, I have a few words of wisdom from my own journey to share with you. When hardship comes your way, and it certainly will, embrace it. It is in our most difficult seasons of life that we experience the greatest opportunity to grow in faith and character. Bloom where you're planted. Just as a flower can blossom in the tightest space, you can flourish and thrive wherever you land. And remember that no experience, no matter how hard, is wasted if you make the decision to use it for good. As for me, I have finally realized my little girl dream. Emmy wants to be a teacher when she grows up. The growing up part may have taken a longer and more treacherous path than I originally planned, but the view is stunning. And the truth is crystal clear. Teaching is what I was born to do. To each of you, congratulations. Your hard work is paid off. We made it.